Hey, what is going on, guys? The video I have for you today is a very important one if you're looking to improve as a Fortnite player. It is going to be a tutorial video on how to improve your shotgun gameplay in Fortnite Battle Royale. Now, we're in a very stale spot in the Fortnite meta, so to say, to where shotguns are just ridiculously overpowered. It's been this way for about 3 or 4 months now. If you're using anything other than a shotgun in an up-close gunfight, you're going to get absolutely shredded every time. It's unfortunate. I'd like to see them do changes to make weapons like the hand cannon, like the SMG, like the pistol viable close range like they should be. But as it is right now, it's either shotgun or die. So if you want to improve as a Fortnite player, you're going to need to adapt and you're going to need to get better with shotguns. So in this video today, I have 5 tips for you guys, advanced and new players, to improve with shotguns. So let's get right into it with tip number 1. So the first tip is going to start at the very foundation of being accurate with shotguns, and that is going to be a discussion on sensitivity. Now, people always say you want to play the sensitivity that you're comfortable with, but I think that's a little misleading. If you're playing on 1 sensitivity or 10 sensitivity, you are doing yourself a disservice. And if you want to be good with shotguns close range, I think the sweet spot for sensitivity is right in that 6 to 7 range. If you're playing on anything lower than like 5, you're going to be way too slow tracking people in close range gunfights. And if you're playing with anything over like 7, you're plain and simple not going to be accurate enough in close range gunfights unless you've used that sensitivity for like multiple years on other video games. So if you're looking to make a change, let's say you're a guy playing at like 4 or even 5, bump it up to 6. I personally use 6. I think it's the best sensitivity close range for shotgun fights, and I really think it'll make an improvement on your game. You'll be fast enough to track people that are jumping and strafing while at the same time being accurate enough to land shots. So that is what I would recommend in terms of sensitivity, and that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is maybe a basic one for you guys that really know Fortnite, but if you're a bit new to it, this may be a really game-changing tip for you. Carrying 2 shotguns on you whenever possible at all times. The meta for shotgunning right now, and it's changed a few times over the past few weeks, is a pump shotgun and then switching immediately to attack shotgun once you shoot your first pump shot. What this does is it gives you an opportunity to get a really high damage pump shot on someone. So maybe a 95 to the body, maybe even higher to that. And then if you haven't killed them with the first shot, or even if you miss the first shot, immediately switching to your attack shotgun and spraying. What that does is once you hit that high body shot, the guy's probably really weak on health. So you can finish him off with attack and spray until you hit enough shots to kill the guy. And anytime you're going to disengage from one fight to the next, you're going to want to switch back to your pump shotgun and start the process all over again. What this does is it eliminates the cockback of the pump shotgun that makes it, not ridiculously overpowered, and gives you the best chance to win close range shotgun fights. The third tip in this video may seem simple, but it's something that I've noticed that even really good players don't do enough, especially on console, and that is aiming for the opponent's head in shotgun gunfights. It is ridiculous the amount of damage that you can do with 1 shot to the head of a pump or even attack. It's probably the biggest reason why shotguns are so OP. There's even a term for it, one pumping someone. It can turn fights in a flash. You can take out teams of 3 and 4 with 4 or 5 shotgun shots if you're landing headshots, and it's simply something that not enough people do. You're doing a disservice to yourself and putting yourself at a disadvantage if you're just looking to land the shot. It is honestly better in a lot of scenarios to land 1 headshot than 2 or 3 body shots, because the damage multiplier for headshots is so ridiculous at close range. It's something, I'm going to be honest with you, you won't be able to just do in 1 game. You got to really make it a priority right before fights. Alright, I'm going to go into this fight and I'm going to aim for the head, aim for the head, aim for the head. You just got to repeat it over and over again before you engage in any fight, and after a while it'll become second nature, and it'll it'll help you out so much in shotgun gunfights. It'll definitely change your world if you haven't been doing it up to this point. Tip number 4 is kind of similar to tip number 3 in a few aspects, and it is jumping and strafing and just in general moving unpredictably in your shotgun gunfights. Like I emphasized in the last tip with aiming for the head, you may have to make a mental note of this when you're starting off trying to learn it, because it's not something most people do in their gunfights. Most people just walk around, take time to aim down sights, move straight towards the target they're fighting in a shotgun fight, and that makes you so much easier to hit. It is ridiculous. If you compare trying to hit someone just walking in a straight line towards you with someone jumping, moving left and right, sometimes jumping, sometimes standing still, it is a million times harder to hit the guy that's moving unpredictably. So it may take a while to get used to it. Like I said, you may have to make mental notes in your head before every fight. Alright, gotta jump, gotta move left and right, and your aim may suffer a bit, especially if you don't have an Xbox Elite controller or a Scuff gaming controller, because you're gonna have to spam A while also aiming and shooting. But your aim is only taking a minor hit, while your opponent's aim is going to take a major hit. And this is the #1 way to prevent yourself from getting one-pumped, which is hands down the most frustrating part of playing Fortnite. The final tip is a bit of a situational one, and that is the idea of peeking. This is definitely something that only the advanced players are doing in Fortnite, especially on console Fortnite. Peeking is the act of, as the name suggests, when you're hiding behind a wall and someone's about to approach you or someone knows you're behind that wall, quickly peeking out, shooting, immediately retreating back behind the wall. Repeating it again, quickly peeking out, shooting, retreating back, and doing this over and over and over again until you eventually kill your opponent. And what happens is a lot of this time, this ends off in like Mexican standoffs with each opponent just peeking, retreating, shooting, peeking, retreating. And usually these fights end with whoever is more anxious, whoever is less willing to continue this peeking battle, just rushes the person peeking, and that guy pops out, lines up the headshot, and kills him in one shot. So when you're peeking, it's an advanced technique. It's something you kind of got to learn to do, and you're going to see it a lot in my gameplays, especially the tilted tower shotgun ones. But you're going to see I stay patient, I engage and disengage at my pace, and it gives me such a good advantage over my opponents who are just rushing into the room. I can line up a headshot and get a huge advantage in the fight. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this helps you take your shotgun gameplay to the next step, because it is a vital aspect of improving as a Fortnite player. Leave a like, leave a comment, do whatever the heck you want, and I will see you guys next time.